8 tips to get on top of depression. If you've ever experienced depression before, you know how challenging it can be. Some days it feels like there are these big, pesky black rain clouds hovering over you, cloaking you in darkness and leaving you feeling cold, wet, and alone. But thankfully, there are many ways you can escape the darkness and bring warmth and sunshine back into your life again. Hello and welcome to MedTouch, the best place to find the right medical information. It's normal to feel sad or down from time to time. However, feeling crippled by sadness, fatigue, and a lack of motivation on a daily basis could be a sign of something much more serious. Depression is a mental health disorder that causes persistent feelings of sadness and emptiness. It can cause you to lose interest in your hobbies, isolate yourself from your friends and loved ones, and it can negatively impact your ability to perform everyday tasks and activities. Depression is not something that goes away on its own, however, so in order to effectively treat depression, it's important that you seek advice from a doctor or mental health professional. Thankfully, alongside therapy and medication, there are many other things you can do to help yourself feel better. That's why in today's video, we're sharing 8 tips that you can use to combat depressive thoughts and start feeling like yourself again. Tip 1. Start fresh and move forward from the past. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to remain hopeful and optimistic about the future when you have depression? Well, this is because depression lives in the past. It traps you in an endless cycle of hopelessness and despair by agonizing over painful memories that you can no longer change. This doesn't mean that you should ignore your painful memories completely. In fact, in order to heal and move on, you need to reflect and process your pain. Give yourself a chance to feel those negative emotions that you have built up inside of you. If you can, talk to your doctor or someone you trust about how you feel, or write it all down in a journal. Once you've given yourself time to process your emotions, it's time to let go and move forward. Remember, you can't change the past, but you can change the future. And the best way to do that is to start making new, positive memories for yourself. Just think, your new life starts right now. So get out there and start making the most of who you are and what you've got in this present moment. Take small steps. Look for new opportunities to bring more positivity into your life. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh and smile. Spend time in nature. Engage your senses. Discover something new. Don't let your past hold you down any longer. Tip 2. Take ownership for your mistakes and forgive yourself. As we mentioned, when you have depression, your mind tends to dwell on the painful mistakes of your past, even when those mistakes happened years and years ago. So, in order to let go and move forward with your life, the best thing you can do is to accept your mistakes for what they are. Mistakes. Take ownership and forgive yourself. The great thing about mistakes is that they're, simply put, lessons for the future. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new about yourself and the world around you. The challenge, however, is to stop letting your mistakes define who you are as a person. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that no one is perfect, and exhale all the regret, anger, and guilt that's built up inside of you. Remember, making mistakes does not make you a bad person. Every single person makes mistakes. No exceptions. It's how you learn from them that counts. So go ahead, pack up all your mistakes, carry them with you on your journey, and use them to become a better, healthier version of yourself. Tip 3. Fight back against your inner critic. We all have our own inner voice that likes to regularly interrupt our lives with rude and snarky remarks that make us feel pretty awful about ourselves. For example, have you ever tried on a new outfit and the first thing that your inner critic comes up with is, "Wow, you look so fat." Or maybe you made a very minor innocent mistake and the only thing you hear for the next few hours is, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. You are so stupid. Why do you even try? No one even likes you." When you have depression, it can seem impossible to overcome your sadness when all your inner critic does is find the negative in everything you do. To combat this, try to self-detach from your critic. Whenever your critic pops into your mind uninvited, distance yourself from it. Imagine it and yourself as two separate entities. You can even give a name to your critic if you like. Each time your inner critic makes a comment, respond with the opposite of what it tells you. For example, if it says, "You are not good enough," respond by saying, "Okay, that's one view. On the contrary, I am good enough and I'm trying to become an even better version of myself every day." The key is to acknowledge, defend yourself, and fight back with self-love and compassion. Don't let your inner critic win and bring you down. Remember, you've been criticizing yourself for so long now, and it's only caused you pain. It's time to start loving and accepting yourself for who you are. Tip 4. Engage in pleasurable activities. When you're experiencing a depressive episode, it can be difficult to find the motivation and energy to engage in everyday activities, particularly those that are both enjoyable and meaningful to you. This can often make the cycle of depression even harder to break free from, because when you don't do things you enjoy, you don't get to feel those pleasant feelings associated with positive experiences. So you feel even more miserable and hopeless because you're missing out on things that bring you happiness. The same thing happens when you start neglecting tasks and responsibilities at work or at home. Your list of things to do begins to pile up, causing you to feel overwhelmed and guilty, which only makes your depression worse. So one way to combat feelings of depression and help break free from this vicious cycle is to simply increase your activity level. The best way to do this is to combine activities that are both enjoyable and fun, but also generate positive feelings of accomplishment and purpose. For example, if you need to clean your kitchen, try listening to your favorite playlist while you clean. And don't hesitate to dance and sing out loud while you're at it. Not only will you be doing something fun, but you're also getting the satisfaction of completing a task that your depression has been stopping you from doing. Write a list of the things you enjoy and the things that you need to get done, and then combine these activities together and set yourself a goal to complete 2 or 3 of these activities during the week. Be creative. The more fun and enjoyment you can get out of completing everyday activities, the more optimistic you'll feel about life. Tip 5. Surround yourself with caring people. It can be hard to stay social while you're depressed, especially since isolation and depression typically go hand in hand. But even though it can seem daunting to get out there and put on a brave face in front of other people, it's important to try. Set yourself some small, achievable goals to start with. For example, begin with reaching out to a family member or friend who you haven't spoken to in a while. Send them a text or call them to see how they're doing. Even just a short conversation with someone you care about can do wonders for your mood. When you're feeling more confident, try venturing out to places where you can connect with others who share your interests, such as a sports club or a trivia night. Don't worry about your negative energy. You will find common ground with positive people. Or if you're not feeling quite ready to take this step, try joining a local support group instead. The most important thing is that you surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you and your well-being. These are the types of people who you want in your life and who can truly make a difference in helping you overcome your depression. Tip 6. Change your lifestyle. Depression thrives in unhealthy environments, so one of the best ways to get on top of your depression is to combine treatment such as therapy and medication with positive lifestyle changes. Start by evaluating your lifestyle to see what positive changes you can make. Are you eating enough healthy foods? Are you exercising frequently? Do you sleep well each night, or do you wake up tired and fatigued? Write a list of all the things in your life that you can improve, but don't rush ahead and try to change everything all at once. Start with goals that are achievable for you at your current level of functioning. This way, when you achieve something, you'll feel instant satisfaction, which will increase your confidence and help you to stay motivated and on track to achieve larger long-term goals in the future. For example, if you're trying to include more physical activity in your lifestyle, start by setting yourself a goal to get up out of your seat and walk for 30 seconds. Then make your next goal to walk for 1 minute, then 10 minutes, and so on. You can think of your goals as stepping stones. For each stone that you cross, you're getting one step closer to a healthier, happier version of yourself. Tip 7. Take your medication. If your doctor has prescribed you with antidepressant medication, it's important that you take it as directed. It can be tempting to stop taking your medication when you start to feel better. However, it's important to realize that you're feeling better because your medication is working correctly. Antidepressants help to balance the chemicals in your brain that cause symptoms of depression. So abruptly stopping your medication without your doctor's advice can have serious side effects that may actually make your depression worse. And if you relapse, it can take weeks for your medication to start working again once you stop taking it. If you want to stop taking your medication due to unwanted side effects, just remember that finding the right medication can take time. And sometimes you might need to try several different options until you find what works best for you. Be sure to discuss this with your doctor during your next visit. Tip 8. Stay in touch with your healthcare professional. In order to keep yourself feeling happy and healthy, it's important that you regularly check in with your doctor, psychologist, or treating practitioner. Remember, they are there to help you stay well by teaching you ways to identify and change unhelpful thoughts and behaviors. It's also important to regularly discuss how your treatment plan is progressing in order to stay on track with your recovery goals. There's no shame in asking for help, so don't hesitate to reach out for support when you need it. So there you have it, 8 tips that you can use to help cope with feelings of depression. Remember, depression is a serious mental health disorder that requires treatment and support from a mental health professional. If you think you may be suffering from depression, don't delay. Seek help today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, leave us a comment, and turn on that notification bell so we can stay in touch.